Hey, Robbo here, and this may be the shortest and goofiest video I have ever posted. Within a recording of only 30 minutes, I managed to kickstart a lit Pepsi business, commit acts of large-scale comedic violence, and give someone a Viking funeral. It was pretty crazy. Also, the channel hit 500 subscribers last week, which is pretty cool, thanks you legends. Anyway, welcome to Snow Peak, a military base set up in the snowy mountains somewhere. With the cold hitting harder than I hit road signs, sometimes you need something to warm you up, and because this channel is strictly PG-13, it won't be anything alcoholic. Enter a bunch of randoms on a server, starting the production of lit Pepsis. I started recording pretty late because I wasn't expecting anything to happen, and was already recording my third, fourth and fifth Bone Lab video, but basically earlier I was acting as a security officer for this building. These guys came through, and even though they had fully automatic weapons, I was more worried about the bottles of ethanol with flannel sticking out the end that they had on their chests. They offered to make me a business partner for selling them while they were lit on fire, in turn for not getting ratted to the FBI, and I agreed because I can smell a good business deal from a mile away, and also because they were pointing weapons at me. Anyway, we tried to start making the bottles, but some guy decides to see what would happen if he knifed one of them, which doesn't go too well. This guy starts yelling at me, asking why I would do a thing like that while pointing his gun at me, and I yell at him that I wouldn't do a thing like that while pointing my gun at him. It's a miracle either of us didn't shoot, but anyway, we tried to start production again. After a couple attempts where the bottles kept breaking and all of us kept dying, we get a pretty good haul going. I state that someone is probably going to come through with an SMG and mow us and the bottles down, and about 10 seconds later we all died to basically that. We move around a bit, but he keeps mowing us down, though eventually I manage to hold him at gunpoint. He says he's trying to arrest us for drugs, even though we aren't even distributing any, and I'm also pretty sure if you want to arrest someone, you don't shoot them first. He pulls a gun and yells a battle cry, but I already had my gun out and I put a few rounds into his chest. You might call that self-defense, but I call it psychological warfare because I wanted him to put my life in danger, and not because I'm into it. At least, not just because I'm into it. Anyway, that's one problem solved, and we move to a watchtower to continue production. After a while we have a massive stack of lit Pepsis that we have no idea what to do with. One of the fellas has the bright idea of taking 4 each and burning everyone else on the server alive, because they probably drink Coke. This is the kind of innovation I look for in a business partner, so start taking notes. We rush in yelling battle cries and light up a whole room with an impressive amount of coordination. Also, I'm considering setting up another channel where I post live moments of my videos. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, I guess it's live by the fire, die by the fire, because most of us don't survive. We run back to base with our heads held high though, because that might have been the most fun all of us have had in this game, and we didn't even get spawn killed for it. We immediately start plotting our next attack. It's a bit all over the place, but the main idea is that we'll be using Pepsi alongside rocket launchers. We start production, and after some time we're all ready to go. I have a bullpup SMG while the fellas all have rockets, because that way I don't have to refresh and make all the bottles and fire disappear. It doesn't go perfectly to plan, as someone fires a rocket too close to us and all the bottles break and we all start burning. With quick thinking and an iPad, I extinguish the flames on my body and go down shooting so that the boys won't immediately die when they get back up. I take cover behind a truck and throw a Molotov and start taking out the enemies. I get hit and I bleed out on the floor as men of Pepsi keep on firing rockets. I pull out a syringe and heal myself, then do some textbook cover fire. We advance, but some guy with an AK-5C mows down all my teammates. I try to revive them but get shot, and we are forced to retreat, but even so the attack was still absolutely glorious. We decide to get very far away and start heading towards an airbase, encountering some resistance. When we get there we have to host a going away party because one of the business partners' headset is about to die. We give him a Viking send-off, but instead of being burnt on a boat, he's being burnt on a pile of lit Pepsis that we're going to set off. It's very beautiful up until one of the fellas blows us up with a rocket on accident, but it's all good. Thanks to Billy and Golf 1786 and Chunky_Milk for being absolute legends and patriots to the Pepsi cause, and also Jake the Derg, who was there too, I guess. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week with a Bone Lab video because YouTube likes it when I post them.